All right, guys. So I know it's been a while. I'm aware. I did promise more content, but in reality, there's just nothing to talk about. Nothing that I really want to talk about. At least, I have watched a lot of movies during quarantine, so maybe in the future, in a few days, few weeks, maybe that's a huge asterisk on the maybe. I might make a video on some of the quarantine watches that I watched and what I thought about those movies. But yeah, and then movie theaters are supposed to be opening in a few weeks. Personally, I love movie theaters. I don't know if I'm gonna be returning as soon as it opens. First, I have to see how safe it feels like, or I have to see from other people, hear from other people, see how safe the movie theater feels like right now during these pandemic ages. And I would have to work my way around it to when people less go, or were at least preferably where when and where no one goes. So if I have to go to a theater that no one goes to, then I will. If I have to wait 2 weeks to watch my most anticipated movie of the year, Tenet, on a Wednesday morning, as long as it means me seeing it theatrically and being safe, then I will. But there's no doubt that there's much worse things in the world going on right now, than just movies. In this channel, I never really get political. I never really talk anything outside of movies, really. So we're just gonna keep it that way. Right now, we are gonna talk about a little bit about the Hollywood industry and how it has been affected by coronavirus and PVOD, premium video on demand. So premium video on demand is the main star of this video. Premium video on demand is kind of a experiment that Hollywood tested back in March with movies that were released theatrically and had to go to digital early because of the theater shutdown. So those movies were like Invisible Man, Emma, The Hunt, which was the last movie that I saw in theaters, which wasn't very good, by the ways. Bloodshot was released on digital like 2 weeks after the movie came out in theaters. Onward was released on Disney Plus less than a month after the movie came out in theaters. So, let's just face it, it's just kind of the new reality. We're gonna have to start watching movies at home, at least for now. So, premium video on demand, it's again, it's a new feature where you get to watch theatrically released movies at home for a price point of $20, at least $20, for anything that isn't Disney, which we are going to talk about Mulan. I promise we're going to talk about Mulan. That's why I'm making this video. But back in March, again, they started making started releasing all these movies for a $20 price point, with the release of Trolls World Tour also, which was available to rent for $20. And it was Universal claims it was a success. I refuse to believe it was a success, because even though they said that the movie made $100 million on rentals, that movie costed more than $100 million to make. So in order for that movie to make profit, it would at least need to make at least $350 million to $400 million. So that movie, Trolls World Tour, despite all the positive headlines of that movie making a lot of money, that movie lost money for the studio and for the company behind it. Now, you could think of it two ways. I'll give you two perspectives. Families like watching animated movies. I could think of two animated movies that came on to PVOD during this pandemic: Trolls World Tour and Scoob. Trolls World Tour you could rent for $20. Scoob you could rent for $20, or for $5 more, $25 you could purchase. So think about it this way. One of two ways that you can think of it. For this scenario, let's put a family of five. A family of five wants to go see the newest DreamWorks movie, Trolls World Tour. Let's say each ticket is $10, which most likely it's going to be more than $10 nowadays. But for this scenario, let's say $10, that's $50 in tickets. Now add transportation, whether it's Uber, taking the bus, or gas money, then that's adding on to the cost. Now let's add on another $30 of concessions. Now you're looking about at $80 to $100 just to watch a movie in theaters. opposed to renting the movie at home for $20 in the comfort of your own home and having your own snacks and everything. Now, maybe that way it really is a bargain because it's $20 rental opposed to spending $80 to $100 to watch one movie in theaters. Now, of course, $20 to rent a movie at home, you're not getting the theatrical experience. It's not the same watching the movie at home. I have a home theater setup, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm thankful for it. I'm glad that I do have the home theater set up with Dolby Atmos sound and all of that, and the 4K TV. Everything. I'm happy to own all that, but it's not the same as watching a movie in IMAX. It's not the same as watching a movie in Dolby Cinema. Not the same as watching a movie in 3D. It's just not the same. Now, the second perspective is there's a movie that I've been wanting to watch recently. The new Judd Apatow and Pete Davidson movie, King of Staten Island, which was available for premium video on demand rental for $20. Now, that's more of a adult orientated movie. Personally, I don't know anyone who wants to watch that movie, so it would mean that I would have to pay $20 and it would only be me watching it. Now, movie tickets in my area cost around $7 to $10. So knowing that I could watch that movie, and of course in a non-pandemic world, I could have paid $10 to watch that movie in theater, or just simply used my AMC A-list, which I forgot that I had. But $20 to rent a movie just for it to be me watching a movie is not a bargain. And matter of fact, that's actually not a deal at all. That movie does come out on Blu-ray in like 2 or 3 more weeks, so maybe I'll consider purchasing, not renting, purchasing the movie on physical Blu-ray disc for $20, opposed to renting the movie for $20 a few weeks ago. So that's 2 ways I could look at it. If you're a family of 5 or a group of 5, and if you're watching a new movie, if you split the cost and everything, then it's a bargain. That's a deal. But if it's just gonna be one of you, then you're not getting a deal at all. Now, the reason why I even made this video today is because Disney has announced they're going to be releasing Mulan on Disney Plus, not for free, for $30. So aside from paying your $7 for your Disney Plus subscription, if you want to watch Mulan, you have to pay another $30, which adds up to $38. And you don't even get to keep the movie. It's a rental. You could only watch it once, and that's all. Now, this is a new experiment for Disney, an experiment that I don't like at all, because if it succeeds, then they could possibly do this with Black Widow. They could possibly do this with the new Pixar movie Soul, 2 movies that I really do want to watch in theaters. And of course, you have to think of it from a business perspective. Maybe the folks at Disney right now think that, this is the way they could get money during this pandemic. They've been losing tons of money, billions of dollars. This is a way they could get money. But for $30 a rental, are you kidding me? You don't even get to keep the movie. I mean, I could just wait another 2 months and I could physically own the movie on 4K for $30. So I'm not going to be renting. You must be crazy if you thought I was going to be renting Mulan for $30. Now, if this means me having to go out of my way to go watch Mulan at the drive-in here in Vegas, then I will. Why? Because I'm supporting the theatrical experience, and the theatrical experience is something that I really do not want to go away. And if this experiment from Disney succeeds, then they're going to start doing this with more movies, which means movie theaters are going to have less movies to screen, and they're going to have less business, and it just really does suck. So personally, I'm not going to be renting Mulan for $30. If it's showing at a drive-in, then I will go watch this movie at the drive-in, even though it's not the same as watching it in an IMAX theater. Then if that's just a way that I could prove that I really do love the theatrical experience and that I want to keep it around, then okay, I'll go support it in theaters in a drive-in. But yeah, that's my opinion on premium video on demand. At first, I thought it was okay. It's a deal if you have a big family or if you have a big group of friends coming to watch a movie. But if it's just one person watching a movie for $20 or even $30 nowadays for Mulan, then it's not a deal. In my opinion, it's just kind of Disney being greedy up to this point. Disney could have probably waited to 2021 to release this movie. So I don't like what Disney is doing with this $30 rental. I really hope it doesn't succeed. No doubt there's gonna be people who are gonna pay $30 to watch this movie, but I'm not gonna be giving Disney my money for one movie. $30 for one movie is just insane. Unless you get to keep the movie, you know, that might be okay. But if it's just rental, you're crazy. You're crazy. You really are. So premium video on demand, I'm mixed on it. Maybe it seems like a good idea for some, but you know, on the other side, you also gotta like consider like how many people are gonna watch the movie, how much you're gonna spend, you know, all that. So personally, that's my opinion. It's an okay experience. Again, it's not the same thing as going to the theater to go watch a movie, and of course things are going to be a lot more different when movie theaters do open, but that's just the new reality, unfortunately, that we have to live in. So yeah, that's my opinion on premium video on demand. Overall, I think it's an okay, it's an okay thing, but when you're charging $30 like Disney to watch Mulan, then I don't believe that's okay. So yeah, so what do you guys think about premium video on demand? Have you guys are you guys gonna rent Mulan for $20? You know, just general questions like that. So what do you guys think about it? Tell me in the comment section down below. So I guess that's all, and I'll see you guys in a few weeks, I hope. So see you guys later. Bye.